Hello, people. Welcome to Main Event Boxing Talk, and I've got my host with me here, Tom and Spencer. Hello, guys. How are you?
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you, Spencer.
What's going on?
Hey, we're going to talk some boxing today. It's been a while.
Yeah, without question. Hold on a minute. Somebody just rang my bell. I don't know who that is.
Okay, we're going to kick off anyway. Let's discuss the Conor Benn fight.
Yep. What about it?
What did you think about the performance?
I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. I mean, there's flaws in Conor Benn's style or what he does in the ring. There's flaws. He hasn't seen anybody that really could capitalize on what he's doing. But yeah, there's flaws in this game. But he looked good against Van Heerden. He did what he was supposed to do. Let me just say it like that.
Yeah.
At first I was kind of like baffled as to Van Heerden. At this stage, I would have guessed that Van Heerden would have came before the Granados, before Algieri, not after those guys. But he was also a southpaw, so maybe he's trying to get ready for the southpaws in the division by fighting Van Heerden and stuff.
I'm going to agree with you, Spencer, that he has improved and he's working on a particular type of style of pressing forward and ducking under. In this case, he was getting hit with very clean right hooks consistently for a while until he adapted to them. And the pass, I mean, Algieri and this guy, both of them were not very big punchers, which, they were handpicked for him, I think, to give him, a way up. Now, there was this article I think you posted about Hearn talking about who he would want to match him with, not Avanasian or Stanos, which is probably smart. But then he's talking about Mike Garcia. That would be too big of a step up for him, I think, and Keith Thurman. I don't know if he's ready for that.
He's
not ready for Keith Thurman. But I think what it is Mikey Garcia. I think he lost the Sandor Martin fight, so maybe he's not looking his best. But Mikey Garcia might also be wanting a rebound, so you might not want to catch him when he's trying to like replenish his career.
Well, don't forget, Mikey Garcia could put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
What were you going to say,
right,
Nathan?
In regards to that performance was as good as it had to be, but it wasn't super impressive. Like you say, he got caught with silly shots. He got careless, and if that gone on further, that could have got messy. But for me, someone like Avanasian, I still think Avanasian is too good for him at the moment.
I would agree.
I also believe that him fighting Adrian Broner, even a washed-up Broner, would be too good for him. Kell Brook,
not real. You know why I'm going to disagree with that is because Adrian, the way he
don't
fights,
let his hands. Yeah, he don't let his hands go. He's not going to open up. He's going to get hit. Right. He's not going to be a threat, and that might
believe that someone like Stanios would be. And then they're saying they don't want to have an action because he doesn't have a big enough profile. That's
you want to talk?
Bullshit because they know he's too dangerous. Based on that. And for me, the only way Conor gets better is if he fights, if he takes the grand steps. The only way he's going to win a world title is if it's vacant. I don't think he's got the ability to beat anybody in the top 10.
Not now.
Not right now, but you got to think that he kind of like bypassed an amateur career to kind of go straight to the pros more so. So he's kind of learning now. It's good that he's able to not lose to guys that's way more experienced than him. All these guys that he's beaten has amateur careers as well as more extensive professional careers. They've seen better fighters than Conor Benn. They in some of the guys' cases, they've beaten people better than Conor Benn. Yeah. So,
but where is the he needs rounds.
Well, let me say this. He reminds me a little bit of Rocky Marciano, the way he dips down and dips under. And it's what we got to see with Conor Benn is that he's in a fight with somebody where there's real adversity. If he could push through that and get the win. And then that may be the key element here that would make up for his amateur experiences is willpower.
He's got it.
And
Like I want to see him against. I mean, you know, I don't want to typecast or stereotype any type of fighting style, but I want to see him against like a tough Mexican fighter.
Yep.
You know, he could hit him. They're gonna stand. You know, they're gonna keep standing.
You know what?
He's not gonna be able to just knock him straight out. He's gonna have to go rounds with him.
Right.
He's more intelligent than his dad was in terms of fighting. He's much more intelligent. You know, you can't compare the two. He has a boxing brain, and like his father, never had.
I don't have it.
Yeah, well, like his father, we
I don't
have to
have
see
any
if he
for
has the
you.
same toughness.
You asking me for a drink? I don't have any.
You know?
It's only one.
We got to see if he has the
But
same
for
toughness
me,
as his dad.
He needs to fight someone who's going to give him round. He learned nothing from that. We, as fans, we learned nothing about it. He just needs.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It was too quick of a fight to test him in any other way, but make him look good against the
He gained
southpaw.
nothing from that. He gained
No.
nothing.
I mean,
he gained his fans.
He probably gained 6 figures, but
Yeah.
that's not enough.
Right.
Hey, you want to do Stannis and Spence now?
We'll do the Spence fight against what's his name? No.
Stannis against Jordanus, I'm sorry.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah, you can briefly talk about that. Then
Well, I mean, he did get rocked in the 6th round. He did get put on his heels, and he came back. He just seems like he was just a wrecking machine, and Jordanus was strong, but he just didn't have enough to deal with.
Now, yeah, a lot of people make a big deal. Well, some people are making a big deal about the fact that Ugas was able to catch Spence. I think Ugas caught Spence more so with Spence's lack of focus at that moment, more than what Ugas set up. If you understand what I mean.
Yes, I do understand what you mean. But, you know, that lack of focus can result in a KO against the right guy. Too.
Yeah, he can't do that against somebody like Bud. I mean,
No.
he caught himself quickly, you know, but yeah, he can't slip. And I think what it is like his mouthpiece, something's going on, like with the dental work that he had got done after the car accident. He might still be getting adjusted to what's in his mouth because he had to get a whole bunch of implants and stuff done through his mouth. So his mouth, he might still be getting adjusted to that and have a mouthpiece in his mouth, you know, for that. So
well, whatever it is, you know, he was able to shake it and just continue, wrecking him. But the bottom line is that he's got to do Bud next. I mean, this whole thing of like Keith Thurman fighting Bud and then he could fight Spence. I mean, come on, enough is enough. Let's do it.
No, listen. He called him out next. That's
Good.
What's going to happen. I think that's the build up. We gonna let this season of Canelo pass. Maybe we might see Spence versus Bud. Spence fought in April, so we might see him in October. You know, we're not going to see it in September because that's Canelo's next pay-per-view month. So we're not going to see it then. And this is really a pay-per-view fight.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I think like October or November. You know, the latest is December. But I see it this year.
Let's hope so. You know, and all props to Jordanus, for hanging in there. He didn't want the fight stopped, but he had a fractured orbital bone, just like Kell Brook did.
Yeah,
that's a bad injury.
I'm like,
bad injury.
Errol Spence out here breaking eye bones, and that's
eye
kind
sockets.
of man, that's cool. I mean,
that's
he
something
hit hard. So
real hard.
And just imagine if that's what he's doing to somebody's face, he's really going and targeting the body way more. Like I could have, maybe they got some fractured or cracked ribs in some of these guys, and they're not revealing that yet. Or
the body attack was showing, but also Jordanus hit him in the body a couple of times and slowed him down as well. So, but his body attack was relentless. It was relentless.
Yeah, they put on a good show.
Okay, are you talking about the Spence fight yet? I forgot.
Yeah, that was
okay. So I'm not.
What we were talking about. What you thought about it, Nathan?
I thought
you want to talk about Hatton now, Nathan?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It was a great fight.
Yeah, I saw it.
Please say it isn't so.
Let me just give my brief opinion on it, then we'll move on.
Sure.
I think Spence is definitely, you know, an elite fighter, and I believe he's good enough to beat Crawford. But, you know, it's hard to tell, isn't it, really, who would win between those two.
Listen,
Well,
that's what makes this such a great fight.
yeah, because he's never fought anybody who has the tools that Bud Crawford has.
No one.
Fighting both sides and can also punch, but he does have a physical advantage over him.
Yeah, but I put this 60-40 in Crawford's favour because he's got that little bit extra that Spence hasn't got. That extra bit of
That's the thing. That's the thing that's going to be a little bit different. It's like Spence, when he beats the other guys, he like kind of neutralizes their best thing that they do, or
Right.
takes it away, and they don't really have something that they could do equally well as a backup.
Right.
Whereas Bud Crawford, he does.
Right.
So, you know, if you take him away, if you try to like put him on the back foot, Bud Crawford can fight on the back foot, okay. You know?
Yeah, you know, I think though Spence, you know, I've seen him adjust to a guy during a fight. I think he can make the adjustments, but I think Bud is just going to be too much. I mean, he could go southpaw, I think he'll come out southpaw with him. That's what I think he's going to do at first, and then switch it. It's hard to tell, you know, two southpaws fighting each other. Who's going to take this if he stays at southpaw?
Right. What was Ugas? Was Ugas a southpaw or was he a orthodox fighter?
Ugas was, well, when he fought Pacquiao, I thought they were both southpaws.
Right. That's what I thought too. Because I'm saying, like, if he did do that, then he might want to come out fighting southpaw.
Right. Should we move on to Ricky Hatton? Will be fighting Marco Tonio Barrera in an 8-round exhibition fight. This is badly advised, you know, for someone like Hatton.
It's an exhibition, you know, it's not too bad.
I know.
But, they're going to be well protected. I'm not expecting anybody to really go hard.
Barrera's got nothing left anyway. He was shot.
Yeah, but where are they fighting? In England?
I'm not even sure.
Let me see what it says here. Where are they going to do it?
In Manchester, England. Manchester, England.
Yeah, he may get worked up by the crowd, you know.
Barrera's 48, you know. So, but we know that he was more shot than when Hatton quit. You know, he was much more shot.
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's hope they respect each other and nobody gets hurt. I'd hate to see either one of them.
What weight will this be at? Because Ricky Hatton's like, you know, a heavyweight.
It's an exhibition, Monk. So I'm not expecting.
Hatton, he's going to have to come in the ring in some sort of shape. You know, like Tyson, you know, he has to be slightly, you know, he has to look good in there. He can't just come in looking like he looks now, you know.
No,
it's hard to believe this man was ever a 2-weight world champion when I look at him now.
Well, he was something when, you know, back then, but he came up against, once he started working in the United States, he couldn't foul as much as he used to foul.
No. In England for a long time, early in his career, I saw him come up like in the early 2000s when he was the WBU champion. You remember that silly title? He made 16 defenses of that. And we all know how good Barrera was. You know, this guy, Hall of Famer, you know, beat Nazim Hamid. But let's just enjoy it for what it is anyway.
I agree. Hey, as an aside, this wasn't on the menu here for today, but did anybody see that video footage of Mike Tyson and that passenger who was bugging him?
I did, yeah. And
I seen it. I seen the TMZ footage of it.
Right.
I didn't see like.
There was one thing where, you know, the guy, he had thrown also a water bottle, which wasn't on the film.
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing that caused Tyson to react. And then the guy didn't press charges because he knew that if he did, you know, it could go the other way because all you see is him antagonizing Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, be careful. Don't disrespect the fighter. It's not a good idea.
Someone from Brownsville. You know, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to disrupt or outrage the bull.
No, you don't go into the Tiger's den and pull his tail. That's for sure.
No.
So you want to move on to this great fight of Butaviev and Stanosis?
Yeah, go on.
I thought it was a great fight. I
Didn't
thought
see it,
those
I didn't
guys.
see it.
I thought those guys. Did you see it, Spencer?
Yeah, I seen highlights. I didn't see the whole thing, but
Well,
I was predicting
oof.
that it was going to be a good fight beforehand. And like they're kind of evenly matched, so it should be entertaining.
That kind of fight is the kind of fight that could change a boxer. You know, they both took tons of punishment. It was
Yeah.
really a brutal fight. But Stanosis, he got the win. Yeah, I guess he was scoring more, but he also took. If you saw his face, it was so bad at the end of the fight. The
Now
shots he took.
he said that because that winner was supposed to fight the winner Errol Spence versus Ugas next, but he said that he'll let that go. You know, he'll let the Crawford fight happen for undisputed before he pushes for his mandatory spot.
Yeah,
Now
because
I'm not
he
sure.
needs to rest. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not sure if he does do that or he like does a step aside or something because he's going to probably need to fight in between that time as well. Spence and Bud, if they don't fight till December or October, that's still 6 months away. He's going to need rest, but he would probably need another fight beforehand.
Yeah, I would get somebody nice and easy in there with him because 3 months is too short of a turnaround after a beating like that.
He could fight Josh Kelly.
But he could do that. Yeah, he could do that.
Josh Kelly an easy win. He could fight home. Wait, yeah, he could fight Josh Kelly. Didn't what's it called just fight this weekend, this past weekend too? Josecito Lopez.
Yeah, and he lost. He was beaten by what's his name? I forgot. It's up here on the menu. I watched it. He was Chris Smith. No, that was Tommy McCarty. What was it? Yeah, Crowley. Crowley took him.
Oh right, Cody Crowley.
Right, and
Cody
Joselito,
Crowley, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They
that's
call
on
him
the.
the welterweight Caleb Plant.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That may be something he could do, but I would just pick somebody easy right now. Just somebody to, not. I mean, he's got his body shots. Both those guys' body shots. They were killing each other to the body.
Yeah, without question, he should. I mean, he might have to fight somebody that's in the top 15 by the WBA, but pick number 15.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, you want to talk about tomorrow's card since we already talked about?
Stanios is not a real world champion. He's the WBA regular champion, which means nothing, really, does it?
Well, it means he's a top contender, is what it means. That's what it means.
That's all it means.
Yeah.
Right, we'll move on anyway. Shall we start with the big fight?
Wait, I want to mention something because you mentioned the WBA world title. Now I know. Ideally, there's one champion per sanctioning body. Ideally, there'll be one champion per weight division, but ideally there'll be one champion per sanctioning body. However, it's not like when we diminish the titles that these guys fight for, we're actually diminishing their careers and all of this other stuff, and that's not a good thing.
But we know they're good fighters, And
but the question really is, I'm interjecting, sorry, Nathan, is that are we doing it or are the organizations diminishing it? I think it's the organizations are doing it.
Well, we as fans complain about it and not push for we don't push hard enough for them to stick to the rules that's written. Because having a super title list was supposed to be not to go at the same time as having the WBA world title list. The super champion was supposed to be somebody that was the world champion for a certain amount of title fights and then graduate to a super champion.
When you have guys like Trevor Bryan parading around with a belt, then I have to question it because this guy wouldn't even win a European belt. But, seriously.
I mean, again, that's
embarrassing.
Not us putting those sanctioning bodies' feet to the fire hard enough to make them stay on course.
Right, but see, I agree with everything you're saying and what Nathan's saying. However, here's the deal. and we know this, they're doing it because these guys have become so successful. They don't even need the belt, and they won't even pay the sanctioning fee. Like
Right.
Floyd says, I
Let's
don't
be
need a
honest,
belt.
Daniel Dubois
Right.
would knock out Trevor Bryan in 2 rounds because he's that bad. And
Right.
yet, when he wins it, he would elevate the belt because we know he's a top 20 fighter. You know, if just top 10 or top 20 fighter has it, then it's a different story. You know.
Well,
But then
look,
again, then again with the sanction and fees, as you would, sorry for cutting you off, Tom, but as you were saying, what is it, 3% they got to pay each sanction and fee? So if Bud and Spence fight, they got to pay 12% of their
Jeez.
purse to the sanction to just to hold the titles, which is, it's kind of outrageous.
yeah, it's gotten crazy, but I agree. Those fighters, like we were talking about, Stenosis and Butevi,
A real world champion.
yeah, they need to get the respect that they're due. It's not their fault that this is going on.
It's just when
Right.
you've got rubbish fighters like Trevor Bryan holding that belt, that's when it becomes a problem. Man, guys like that, that's when it becomes silly.
Well, it devaluates the belt
It
in
does.
a sense. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Shall we move on to the heavyweight championship fight now?
Yeah. So tomorrow
Yeah.
night in Wembley, sold out Wembley, which I think is 80,000. We will have the WBC heavyweight title fight.
I heard it
the
they extended it to 94.
Have they? I didn't even know that. Jeez.
Yeah, I heard they extended it to 94. They sold 94,000 tickets.
I'm so glad this fight is happening
Wow.
in England. Because Tyson, we've only seen him fight in America the last 5 fights. We love him over here.
Now, did you guys see the weigh-in? Did you see the shape he was in?
Was he? I didn't see it, but was he?
He was lighter than he was the last time. He looked good. I think he was like, I forgot
18
what they
stone
said.
9.
Yeah, he was much lighter. He was like 263, I think.
Did
As opposed
Dillian
So
look
he
good?
was lighter than his last 2 fights with Wilder.
Right.
I think if that's the case, then I think he's going to come in the box Whyte. I don't think he's going to try to
muscle him. Yeah.
Right.
What did Dillian look like? Did he look ripped or what?
Yeah, he looked in good shape. He was a little heavier though than he normally is.
Yeah, I mean but not too bad. He wasn't too bad. Dylan Whyte, I don't know how to really assess what's going on because this lead up is unique. He doesn't usually stay quiet on build ups to fights, and he doesn't isn't the perfect gentleman always. So this time around it's a different thing. So he might be taking it a little bit more serious. This is probably his biggest fight of his career.
Well, he's also wants to probably show off and move around, over there for the fans. Now, it says here the event starts around 2:00, and the fight should come on sometime between 4 and 5 tomorrow over there on your end.
It'll be about.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. It'll be on like about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, so keep a lookout.
Yeah, they got it for $70, yo.
Well, I that's ridiculous. Can't you watch it free in America? I thought you better watch it free.
It's $70.
That's ridiculous. for a fight that's not even America, that's ridiculous.
Well, get 7 guys together and all chip in $10 each.
I tell you what we'll do is
get
it on Daily Motion and we'll watch it together at some point tomorrow. Tom, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably what I might have to do because
you're gonna have to.
During the afternoon I might be out anyway.
Right.
Because I don't usually that's when I try to do my running around is Saturday afternoon. So
you could go to the bar and watch it. I was gonna have the day off work and go to the bar and watch it. But then I thought
wait a minute, guys, who are we picking?
Okay.
I think Tyson Fury.
I'm gonna go with Fury. Nathan.
I'm going to go with Fury because I just don't think Whyte's got much of a chance. I have to be blunt, seriously.
Now, what about Tommy Fury? You think he's going to take this fight?
Well, he's already fighting on the card.
Yeah, I mean, you could think he's going to take it.
You think he's going to win?
You think he's going to win against Bokinowski?
Yeah, he should do, really. This guy's not special.
And David Adelaide is on this. He's good.
David Adelaide is average at best. So let's explain how we think the win is going to happen. Guys, come on.
Uh, I think Tyson is going to be boxing him and playing with him, but I think he's also going to tag him coming in, and I think he's in better shape than he looked in better shape than he was for the third fight with Deontay. So I think he's going to move better. I think he's going to be more
Yeah.
fluid. And I think he's going to keep Dillian White out on the outside as much as he can and toy with them as much as he can. But he's got to be careful because Dillian
Yeah.
can rock you.
The left hook, yeah, that left hook.
Yeah, that left hook.
That's Dylan White's
Signature punch.
yeah, but that's his chance. That's what he had. That's what he needs to go for because I don't see he can't outbox Fury. He's not going to be able to outbox Fury. Fury. He might have White might have to rough him up and be that body snatcher that he claims he is, and try to get on the inside and maybe create some type of chaos for Fury, make him, try to have to tie him up a little bit, just to do more stuff on the inside without boxing. Because Fury might be trying to go in there to box. And if Fury's trying to go in there to box and White disrupts that, then maybe Fury has more of a trouble beating him. But I think I'm going with Fury by stoppage, late stoppage,
Okay.
10, 11 round.
Okay,
I think White's going to be tired. I think White's going to be tired of chasing him around by then, and then Fury's going to just like get on the front foot and just start to like.
That's a possibility, as far as if he has enough gas to go that long. We'll see. I don't think he's trained this hard. And both guys are being very friendly and goofing around at the weigh-in. They seem to be friends.
Yes. Yeah. I hope they fight and not be friendly in the ring.
Well, of course not. Of course not.
I'll tell you what I think will happen. I think the first couple of rounds, Fury will let Whyte do what he wants. Then in the third and fourth round, he'll start slowly breaking him down. He's going to keep it on the outside. He's not going to engage unless he doesn't have to. If Whyte steps things up and puts the pressure on, Fury's going to have to go toe to toe with him, like he did with Wilder. We know that he can take a punch. We know he can get up, and we know he's got the hut. But it's Dillian White. That's what we got to ask. We know. But
I thought I heard.
Fight taken out of him. How much was the Wilder fight taken out of Fury? Because we don't know how much he's got left. We don't know if that fight's effective.
Well, those are. Well, that's what makes this all interesting, and it should be great. So I'm going with Fury. Spencer's going with Fury. We'll see if there's anything could happen in a fight. So we'll see. But I'm favoring Fury. Yeah.
In 8 to knock him out in 8 rounds, to stop it in 8 rounds. He's just going to use the jab. That jab is going to be on high alert tomorrow.
So you got 8. Okay, that's cool. I say like 10,
wrong,
11, but all right.
But
I'm gonna go in the middle and say 9.
So normally I'm right with predictions, aren't I? 90%, 50% of the time.
Right. So
hopefully a good fight.
Well, I hope it is, but I'm not so sure we're going to see the exciting fight everyone thinks we're going to see. I think it's just going to be Fury on the outside all day and breaking him down and stopping him.
Now, I think White is going to try to go for it. I mean, this is a shot now. He's been waiting a long time for this shot, and now he's going to get it. And I think Fury said after this fight he's going to retire.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that. You think that?
Yeah, he said it. I saw a video of him saying that this is his last fight. We'll see what happens.
I think we've got 7 minutes.
I mean, there's a lot of public pressure, like on social media, claiming that Fury don't want Usyk, and that's the reason why he claiming he gonna retire, because he might not want to face Usyk. But I don't think
he could take Usyk. Come on.
Yeah, that's why it's like I don't think he would be afraid of Usyk.
No, first of all, Usyk doesn't have the power of AJ or Deontay Wilder. And even though he's a southpaw and a good boxer, he's going to have to come in to get, beyond his arms.
Right, and Usyk does get hit. I mean, he can move well, but he can get hit. So,
well, Joshua rocked him in the fight. He caught him
exactly. So that's what I mean. Like Fury's going to have more of a distance to be able to deal with Usyk and him having to come in. So like Fury don't hit as hard as AJ, but he could hit him good enough that he ain't gonna want to just keep coming in.
Well, he and Wilder made a lot of money recently, so if he's been smart and kept some of it, he doesn't need to fight. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
What about
Whyte,
what?
I was gonna say Whyte said that if he wins, he's gonna give Fury an immediate rematch.
Well, they're going to make money for sure.
Yeah.
Both
If Whyte
guys-
wins, then immediate rematch sounds good.
Yeah.
Both guys had to take this fight. Dillian Whyte had to take this fight. It was, secure his future.
Right.
Yeah, without question. He got what, like close to $8 million for the fight?
Yeah, I think in his entire career he's made about 2 or 3 million. He hasn't made, massive money.
And then you got to think the gate is 94,000 people at Wembley, whatever that amount is. He's going to get a cut of that, and then whatever the pay-per-view buys and stuff.
The rest of the card,
no.
the rest of the card is weak. It's really weak. The rest of the card, it's not good.
Yeah. It's not a good card. It's not something that you're excited to see somebody on the undercard.
No, not.
They should have had that. Like they should have had maybe. Frank Warren won the bid, so he should have had like one of his other.
There's something else to it. MTK Global has gone bust. It's going bust.
Oh yeah, that's right. I read that. That's right.
Daniel Kinahan, the dodgy man. We don't know the full story, but they said that Top Rank gave him money. But I know that.
But they denied it. They denied that.
But it's not for me to say, I don't want to get any legal documents, but we just say, based on what they said, that he was corrupt and everything. But he's a big part of boxing. So if he goes, then, who knows?
Well, Eddie is still going to do his thing, and so is Sky Sports. And,
He'll just pick up the
Frank
other people.
Warren. Yeah.
I seen the interview with somebody asking Tyson Fury about it, right? About Kinahan and his connection with Kinahan. And his thing was like, what are you talking about? I got dealings with a lot of people. I got dealings with so many things, and I have no opinion. Like people ask me opinions all the time, and I have no comment on a lot of things. And then the guy was like, but you have a personal connection with Kinahan. You don't have any opinion on what's going on with him. He was like, no, I got a personal connection with other people, and I don't have an opinion on what's going on with them. So, it's a big deal, I guess, over there.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for Tyson Fury. It's embarrassing for Top Rank. It's embarrassing for Frank Warren. Tyson Fury didn't even know about these back payments. He didn't know anything about it,
Well, there's always shady people around boxing. So what are you going to do? The fight is fight. That's what they're there to do. And what are they doing? Are they in business with this guy? What's the story?
I don't know. He was.
But again, as you said, boxing has always had shady people, especially the ones that was calling the shots.
Oh yeah. Even in Rocky, even Sonny Liston did. Come on, everyone knows what went on there. Even with Rocky.
Yeah, there's a reputation of not so great guys in boxing. So,
even with Muhammad Ali, Herbert Muhammad, he was pulling some bad stuff, with the cuts and the money and all that.
Jeez.
Yeah, with Don King, even Bob Arum a little bit.
Yeah.
So Bob Arum kind of be hypocritical to be talking bad about Kinahan.
Wasn't that second Ali fight? Wasn't the second Ali fight fixed? It was clearly fixed, that fight. I don't know if it was or not.
Well, who knows? There's all kinds of things written on it.
In the grave, aren't they? So we're not going to exactly dig them up, are we? Nasty them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Right, guys.
Yeah.
I think
we spoke about Joselito Lopez and Crowley.
What about Gamboa and Isaac
God, that was really bad. Yeah, he's going to be punchy if he keeps going. He was always overrated in my book. He was fast, he was flashy, but once he started moving up, he gave Bud a good fight, but ever since then he's been on the downslide.
Yeah. He was above his best weight.
Right.
And he was probably better at featherweight, and he just, they pushed him so that he could be a lightweight. And those guys are the guys that, well, Isaac Cruz is a lightweight, but a lot of the other guys he's been fighting really shouldn't be lightweights. They should be like junior welterweights.
Right. And so the guy is trying to make money, but he's getting hurt. He needs to stop.
Yeah.
He's 40 years
Yeah.
old,
Yeah, he.
Well, so is GGG. We didn't talk about GGG.
Oh yeah, GGG put on a great performance to win.
Right, but you see, that's a guy who's fresher, right? He didn't take as much punishment.
Yeah, because he's not getting beat up in his fights. His
Right.
40 years, he's taken very little punishment.
Plus, he's been staying at one weight.
Right, he hasn't had to go up and down, and he had going into this fight, he had a lot of time to rest from his last fight, so he was able to fully recover and all this other stuff. So he had although he was rusty, so to speak, in the beginning, he had more time off, so his body was a little bit more healed than Gamboa. Because Gamboa in the last couple of years, he suffered an Achilles tear and was getting beat up by Tank and Haney and now Cruz. So it's not an equal thing.
Yeah, and those smaller weights, there's a lot more volume of punches getting hit with those guys generally. So that's no good.
True.
Not bad. Well, I think he should probably retire, but I don't think he will. Did you guys see the Tommy McCarty that fight with?
I did, yeah.
CBS.
Knockout.
Ooh, that was a vicious knockout. They were
crazy.
going crazy.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I mean, I don't rate Chris Bellum-Smith that highly.
He's not that great, no.
But he is a European cruiserweight, so kudos to him.
He's probably a top 30 fighter. I can't say he's any better than that,
A what fighter?
Top 30, he's in the top 30.
Right.
Yeah, I can give him that.
Well,
he should fight, what's it called? What's the guy name from over there? Coley?
Yeah, but he lost on points. But this is like 6-7 fights ago, when a Coley wasn't that developed.
Yeah.
Well, he puts up a good fight. He's a fairly good boxer. He does take shots. I mean, McCartney was tagging him, but then he opened himself up, and then he got caught with the uppercut.
In Britain, we have a better cruiserweight than him. Rio Kapora is better than both of those guys. He beat both of those guys.